friend of mine wrote this, and they allowed her to not be edited. She got the whole thing. This is her story. When Steve Bloom decided to rewrite this one, he cut out and changed the story to make it interesting. But both of them deal with me growing with Miracle Grow. It's the same crop, it's the same grow, it's just rewritten.
Okay.
And they chop and crop some photos that were different.
And some different pictures.
Yeah. So what you see in front of us are a couple of very well-known magazines in the industry. The Best of, High Times, Grow America, and Grow America, an issue from 2003. So we're sitting here with Sasquatch, and he was featured in both these magazines. And at that time, we're talking about 10 years ago. We're in 2013 now. This is about 10 years ago, and you were using Miracle Grow at that time. Can you tell us a little bit about how your fertilization practices have evolved since this article, or since you first started growing to now, what you're using now, if you'll share that with us, and why you made that change, because that's something that's not, it's not easily done.
Right, yeah, because you get stuck into what you're doing, and if it's productive, it's hard to get away from that.
Exactly.
You don't want to lose production by trying new things, but I'm kind of experimentative in nature, and I did it to grow a better product and to get more production out of the area that I had to grow in. Miracle Grow was a lock. You can get production out of it, but you get, side effects like the scratchy throat. You can taste the chemical taste, and you can get a tastier product if you keep your organics operating.
Okay.
Whether it's flavonoids that come up out of the molasses use when you're feeding your microbes, or whatever it is that makes the organic product smoother,
right?
And less harsh.
Most definitely.
Doesn't have a bite to it. So with this NutriLinks product, we can have our cake and eat it too. We can give it a good amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and still keep our microbials alive,
right,
by feeding them well.
Okay.
They're tougher than they look. Okay, they'll take a certain amount of chlorine abuse, whether it's city water. I'm not suggesting you do it, but you can.
Yeah.
And your bugs are still going to be there, and
Right.
microbes will still live through it. They're pretty tough. So my point is, you can have a boutique fertilizer that provides optimum levels of nitrogen through a grow period and still have a microbial package going on in the soil that will continue to feed when your fertilizer runs out.
Right.
They're sitting in that rhizosphere just delivering ammoniacal nitrogen. That's what they shit.
Yeah, right.
So it's like laying next to your root, shitting ammoniacal nitrogen. You want these in your soil. So by using this boutique blend, you're going to be able to optimize your nitrogen when you fertilize, but more so than that, you're going to feed your microbials, create a better flavor of wheat, a smoother smoke, and have that symbiotic relationship going between your microbes and your plant, fertilizing constantly. I love that part. And there's been some studies done that show how chemicals wash out so quick. This product's going to stick around and build your soil. Going from Miracle Grow to something like this took a few years.
Okay.
But using Fox Farm products and different things and seeing the results, you're going to get a higher yield.
So it's definitely results driven, for sure.
Using a better product, a fish-based product, or ensuring that your pH is right and your microbial levels are proper, and bumping it every 2 weeks or more often. A lot of people go every 10 days.
Right.
With a bigger dose than what I've been throwing at them. You know, depending on the sunshine you have to deal with and the amount of bulk soil.
Well, they're getting some pretty big yields out of increasing those
big time, yeah.
doses, huh?
It'll turn a 3.5 pound plant into a 7 pound plant.
Wow.
With nothing else but NutriLink's product. That's the only change you got to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you first started using NutriLink about how long ago?
About 5 years.
Okay. And
started playing around with Brian's mix.
Okay. And you guys have kind of discussed things over the years as you've watched the progression of each harvest and made changes for the better to really dial in the nutrient profile and what you have in there. Okay.
Yeah, it's progressed over the years.
Okay.
But right now I think it's the most complete fertilizer product on the market. And the fact that you reinforce your provocative microbes. I mean, it's a blend that are designed to work together well. They're most prevalent in the rhizosphere. These deliver.
Okay.
These microbes are the ones that take care of that fertilization thing 24/7.
Right.
So, yeah, the product is cutting edge.
Okay. You like the kelp in it?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, the different nutrients that are delivered through the fish-based fertilizer and the kelp and the humic acid that's involved to stimulate the microbes. It's all designed. This has been formulated to a perfection. In my opinion, I can't think of another thing that we could do to take care of the microbes, feed the plant, and to build the soil.
Right.
I mean, it's a complete package.
So it's basically been 5 years in the making. You guys have been doing research and design on this product. You started with one type of formulation and you've added things to it to make it better. The humic and fulvic acids, the molasses,
Yes.
the microbes from the fish. So it's got dialed in pretty good, it sounds like.
The blend of microbes is it's like orchestrated, it's choreographed. These things work with each other. And in my opinion, you don't want to reinforce with anything else just because they're designed to work together. You know, mixing in white shark or some other
mycorrhizal, yeah.
How do they put that? Microbial?
A mycorrhizal, yeah. Fungal.
Yeah, and the fungus too that's picked, is designed to work well in that particular bulk soil.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's
Medium.
all, yeah, the grow medium.
Yeah. So, you indoor, outdoor, greenhouse, combination of?
I get a start indoor in the spring,
Okay.
and that way by planting time I'm able to put a well-rooted plant out
All right.
and maximize my grow time.
Okay.
And get 200 days on the roots instead of 100 like indoor growers do.
And when will you first start applying the quantum grow to the plants?
As soon as I establish roots and I see they're in the soil, I'll take them either from their sprout, and as soon as they get growing, I'll hit them with a small dose of it.
Okay.
About 4 or 5 milliliters per gallon.
Okay.
Just to get them going.
Yeah.
They could be just baby sprouts at that time.
Okay.
Or new cuttings that showed their roots in a clone tray.
Okay.
As soon as I see the roots, I stick them in a dirt and apply the NutriLinks at
Okay.
a small amount, not a heavy amount, just like
Right. Let them get
4 to
used
5
to it.
milliliters, and you can see the results. Those plants that get it and those plants don't, it's obvious.
Okay.
So you definitely want to do it as soon as possible, but not a heavy dose.
Okay.
At first, go easy because
Alright.
it is very potent.
Cool. Thanks for that.